we are going to start a new game, which is Half-Life Alyx. Now, this VR game came out in, I think, March of 2020, and I didn't play it until like mid 2021. I started it. My children played more of it than I did. We all shared the same profile, so they've made it further in the game than I did. I saw them, so I've seen up to a certain point. None of us have ever beat the game. We kind of got to a point where we stopped, and then we haven't played it since. So this is now March of 2026. That was, I think, like November of 2021. So it's been about 5 years since we've played this. I'm going to start over from scratch. We are going to start brand new, and I'm going to try to actually beat the game this time. I did end up doing a test recording to make sure sound and everything looks good, and it recorded in the spectator mode option, which put like a counter of resin, ammo, your health up on the screen. I'm going to go through and play this video with that up there, and then I may actually post this video early. I was gonna wait until I finished posting my Into the Radius and my Arizona Sunshine 2 games before I started editing and posting these, but I'm gonna get them recorded now just because it takes me so long to edit my videos. But I might put this one up early just to get some feedback on if it's distracting to have the counters at the bottom of the screen, or is it helpful? And then I'll maybe record a couple additional videos with it up until I start to see feedback on that. So I'm going to go ahead and kick off a new game, start brand new. The beginning part is just a lot of fun mechanics, getting used to the universe and the world. As with all of my other games I put on my channel, I take my time with it. I have fun with the games. I'm in no big rush to complete it in a certain time frame. So I like to kind of explore as much as possible. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the game. I need to replace one of these. Okay, it looks like chapter 6 is probably the furthest one of my kids made it. I'm going to go ahead and replace this one. And we're going to start with the original game. Okay, I am going to do the easier difficulty. I'm going to do story mode, the simplest of combat, just because this game, it gets to be pretty difficult as it goes through, and I want to actually finish it. If we get to a point where it's too easy, then I may end up playing again at a harder difficulty, but for my first time playthrough, I just want to get through the game after so long. I do want to do move continuously. Right hand, I don't need any developer commentary, and I'm going to go ahead and start the game, and we're going to replace here. All right, here we go. And yes, the screen is extremely bright. So we are playing as Alyx Vance, which is Eli Vance's daughter. This is the third in a series of the Half-Life games. And I think I read that it comes in between game 1 and 2, like the events of it. I think that's what it was just alluding to. Obviously, Eli Vance is a pretty big part of the second game. And obviously the I think they're called the Combine. It's been so long since I've been in this world, but they've taken over, and that is the thing they are working to build. Okay, so you start out here at this location, and this is anytime I have a VR game or someone new to VR and I want them to see the best that graphics can get in VR, although I don't know, I think there's probably been some games that have done better, but at the time, this is always a really good game to get people familiar with what could be good in VR. And this intro part has, you kind of take your own pace. You get to kind of play around with it. The physics are really good. You interact with items. So there's a little cat sleeping over there. First shot. Got him off the chair. And then throw those over. And then, let's see. I think you can crush the can if I remember. I don't remember. Maybe not. For some reason, I thought there was a way to do that, but I guess not. Anyways. You can't spray that. So yeah, so this game is just really fun to sit and interact with the environment. And we're gonna go in here. And this all just sets up the game story. So your dad's calling.
Alyx, how's it looking up there?
It's good, Dad. Metrocop movement is normal. Same for the Combine patrols. How's it going in the stockyard?
One Combine mini reactor from a shipment of 4,000. They're never gonna miss it. Here, see for yourself.
And not only that, someone's hacked into the Combine construction network.
Don't get greedy, guys. We're not made of time here.
1 minute and I'm out, guaranteed.
Oh, also, I spotted the Combine moving supplies into the quarantine
Okay, Combine.
zone.
That is
place
their
has been
name.
deserted for years.
That is all. Well,
What is...
we'll look into it when we get back.
What is this?
Meet back at the safe house, baby. We'll be there soon.
It looks like...
What is it, Russell?
Would you... Terrific.
Okay, so your call ended. You see that you have different security footage that's around the area. The other thing that's fun is they'll have dry erase markers throughout that you can write on certain windows. So we're gonna say hi. And we're gonna do a little smiley face. And then you also have an eraser. So you can erase it, which is fun too. So anyways, I think that's kind of it in here. We're gonna continue on. Open the door and continue on down here. Most items can be interacted with. It's really good physics, especially for a game that's 6 years old. Press and hold to toggle. So we hold it down. Oh wait, nope, it's that top button there. Okay, so this is the... I do want to look at the spectator mode options just to see. So... Draw HUD. Switch. I don't... okay. Zoom. Smoothing. Okay, so this is the window that puts up the counter that has the resin, the health, and everything later. So it's the size of it. You know what? I might go ahead and try it small for now and then just kind of see how that looks. This ends up kind of smoothing out some of the VR side. Like, my head, obviously, I look around. So it kind of smooths that out for what gets recorded. And then... zoom. I'm not really sure what that means. I do line up my shots from my right eye, and then I'm not as worried about this because I don't think I record from my Steam VR window. So, we'll have to see, but I want to make sure that it shows the HUDs. I'm pretty sure it does, which is basically like when I do gravity gloves, it highlights it red, and I'm pretty sure the test I did worked fine on that. So anyways, this is also where you can go and save your game. For anyone that watched my Into the Radius games, I save a lot. So I don't save as often in this game because it is a little bit to get to that menu. It's not as easy as Into the Radius. So I am going to try to remember. And the only thing that I'd say is outdated about this is there is no jumping. It does do teleport mode to move you between like different areas. You do this mantle thing. This part is so cool. Just destroying the roofs. How rude. So they're connecting all these cables. That is just so cool. And you can see there where they destroyed the roof. And then the other part of the building over there. Is this the paint? Oh, we don't have our gravity gloves yet. Anyways. All right, we're going to continue on to this next door building. So this looks like it's your own hideout. This is where we've been. You'll see there's all sorts of different stuff here. We've got our little pet here. We're gonna give him some food. Come here. There we go. So he's really cute. You can draw on his little cage, I think, right? No, you can't. Dry erase you can. So hello. And then you can also draw, I think, on the window. Yeah. Oh, no. Interesting. And then you can kind of crouch down and adjust this to record. It just shows that you've been watching that thing in the distance. So, anyways, different VHS recordings of what you've been apparently recording from your surveillance. You'll see the helicopters kind of flying in the distance. So definitely sets up the scene that you guys are keeping an eye on the Combine and trying to work against them in some way. At least that's my assumption. Go into this elevator that looks totally safe.
Are we good? Yep, they got the reactor. Easy peasy. I'm headed back to the safe house right now to meet Dad. Go. We'll be in touch. Stay safe.
There's the Combine. And their little helicopters. Helicopter drones, I should say. Or wait, I think they're called manhacks, if I remember right. Could be wrong. So, anyways, again, kind of setting up that their city is taken over by Combine. And they are so freaking cool. Alright, so continuing on, does not spin, just fills with water. That's kind of funny. Trying to see if there's anything worthwhile here. I thought there was a way to... I guess not. Alright, anyways. Oh, and the markers here, again, you can write on this window too. And yes, I'm just writing hi. There we go. So yeah, let's see. Oh, missing cat Beatrice. Oh, I wonder if that's the cat we scared off. Likes chasing bugs, likes eating bugs, does not answer to name. Maybe you should spend more time worrying about all the missing people. That's kind of funny. Yeah. All right, so we're continuing on. All right, so now we're down at the street level.
Alyx, over here.
What is it?
This doesn't seem like a routine sweep. Are you sure everything went okay?
100%.
Something's got the CPs riled up.
Keep your head down and be smart.
All right. So yeah, you can kind of see them putting people in vans. And you kind of also see that translucent blue that they can walk through, but you get the idea that you can't. So that is also interesting. And then all these bars up. And let's see, I'm trying to see. I just like to explore the area. You'll see alcohol here. I think a blind's just closed there, if I caught that right. So there's more people there being rounded up. Interesting. We're gonna go away. And I think, if I remember from when my kids usually play around with this a lot, I think my son like grabbed a bicycle and put it in the trunk. It was kind of funny. I don't remember where he got the bicycle from, but anyways. No phone. Interesting. Ah, there's the bike right there. That's probably where. So yeah, you can kind of drag the bicycle around. Interesting. Anyways, so yeah, the game's just kind of fun on just sitting and playing around in a game before you get to the actual game itself. And there she goes running into her apartment. Yep, run away. And so now we're out here. And we're gonna keep going. Oh, grab ladder to climb up. As with most VR games, I'm sure there's an option to make it where you don't have to actually climb. It'll bring you to the top. I just like to climb, so I have mine set to do that. But if it ever starts glitching on you, that is an option. So now we're up at the roof level. We're gonna get closer to these things that are flying over the which is just so cool. This is just really neat in VR. And you can fall off of this. I remember playing before, us kind of playing around and falling off the roof, and then it kind of kills your character and you have to start over. So I'm not going to do that just to kind of save time. But that's, if I'm remembering right. It has been a while. So we're walking over here. And you can pick up the paint if you want to and throw it on the ground. I just haven't yet, but that is another fun thing, is kind of splashing paint all through here. And now here's where you can't actually pull yourself in. You have to use the little teleport mode icon to go in here, which again is such a small complaint for such a great game. And again, this is a very old one, so at the time, that I don't think that was too far outside of the technology.
Whoa, wait, I just live here.
Probably anti-citizen. Get those hands off!
Wait, don't shoot.
So they're in your hideout, and there's your dad.
Didn't steal anything. Don't care. What did you see? No one! I didn't see anyone! Get it out and take him to the transport.
Dad! Hey, wait, no!
And you are knocked out. Okay, so now we're continuing on to the next part. I think this is all still chapter 1, if I remember right.
Where are you taking me?
It set up their chapter
Where's my father?
Entanglement. So you're in one of those vans.
Damn it, where's my father?
Tell her to stop moving around back
Yep, you're driving.
Stop moving.
No, I'm not gonna stop moving.
What is that?
The little machine. There's a grenade. I'm backing up. And they are not doing so good.
Alyx, you there? You've got to get moving.
Russell? I've been in an accident.
I know! I caused it, so technically not an accident. You've got to get moving.
Wait, where's Dad?
He's fine. Follow the drone.
There's the drone. We have to do the little teleport thing to get out.
So
That's your
Dad's
van.
okay, right?
Yeah, well, no. To be honest, he's in huge trouble.
But,
They've still got him. He was in a separate trap.
and you saved me?
Well, yes. I had no way of knowing who was in which van, so yes, the result was that I saved you.
You know where they're taking him?
Criminal holding, and then, when they realize he's Eli Vance, to Nova Prospect. But I'm already working on a plan to get him back. You're close to my lab. Keep following the drone. We'll figure out what to do.
Okay, so here's where it teaches you to jump.
Russell, what did you guys find back there?
This takes a
That's the
while for
crazy
me to
thing.
figure
I
out,
don't know.
but you push
Blurry pictures of a
in.
building.
The Citadel?
No,
think.
something else. And whatever it is, they're going to kill anybody who saw it.
Oh, you
and
push
anybody
down.
who knows
You'll see
anybody
the
who saw
feet.
it.
So you want to get the feet on the wall,
And your dad.
Russell,
and then we
just
jump
hang
down.
on. I'm almost there.
Alright, so that's the drone we're following to Russell's lab. And we're continuing on here. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit save here, because this is gonna lead up to the whole storyline that kind of kicks off the next stage that we're going. I want to kind of continue to keep my videos around the 20-minute mark. So we're going to go ahead and end this video here, and we're going to pick up the next video with us continuing on to Russell's lab and figuring out how to save our dad. And the drone is there waiting for us to move forward before it continues on to the next part. It is not taking him that long to get the laser free. It's just because we're not moving. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, and we'll pick back up next one.